Okay, I've been sure to check my watch this time. I carry my watch in my bag because I'm not going to go into why because it makes me sound a bit nutty. But I take in the time better. I remember it better if I see it physically on a watch face rather than looking at it kind of digitally on a screen. I don't know if it's the way that you were raised or whatever has kind of influence in that. I mean, the way you were raised and programmed has influence in everything, doesn't it? You can probably tell I've been reading a lot about programming now. I tend to insert the things that I've been researching into my own videos because I find them interesting. And it's always good to get I'm not an educated person. I don't speak particularly well. I don't, I'm probably not very, I don't retain information very well either. I have not a brilliant memory for kind of information, especially like reading information and things like that at school and stuff. I really struggled with kind of retaining information. But I try and pass on what it is that I think in my own kind of way of speaking, from what I've learned and what I take from it, what I've kind of learned from it, and how it factors in my life and maybe in other people's lives. So I forgot to say this morning it was pissing down last night. It was absolutely raining like crazy. So this morning as I'm walking, I come to a bit in the road and there's a big massive puddle where I would walk past on my side of the pavement that I usually walk on. Maybe it's to do with the rain, but the drains would take it away. It wasn't like, if you go to Spain or somewhere abroad and the rain comes fucking lashing down and it's a little glance to the side there again. I didn't even know that I was doing that. It's weird, isn't it? The lizard brain, the one that they control is very hard to get control of unless you're really, really conscious. It's really, really hard to stay in that space of being conscious at all times. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. When it comes lashing down, and the streets are kind of curved. So it's not like that. It's not like our drains can't cope with a bit of rain that was there last night. It wasn't a fucking, the floods coming or anything. I fucking wish it was, actually. Wish it was. Get myself on that ark. Actually, I probably wouldn't get on the ark. I've got no fucking desire to stay in this shithole any longer than is necessary. But there's a massive puddle anyway. Fuck a lot of shite, honestly, don't I? There's a massive puddle, so I had two options. I could either cross to the other side of the path on the other side of the road, because I was conscious that any cars that came round the corner as I was walking with the flow of the traffic, but on the pavement, of course, because safety first and all that. I could cross the other side of the road, but then I noticed around me, on the other side of the road, there was 3 cyclists coming in a row. And I don't know if anyone noticed in my video the other day, there was 3 cyclists in a row, and I made a short about these 3 runners, and they all came at once, and one of them wearing a Popeye t-shirt. I'd made a video earlier that day, and I'd mentioned my dad in it, and my dad was a Royal Marine, a Green Beret, in the Royal Marine Commandos, which is a branch of the Navy, and the Navy being sailors. So the Popeye reference was pop, aye, like the Scottish aye as in yes, pop meaning dad, aye, the sailor man. So that was the relevance of the Popeye t-shirt. But it's always in threes. They always do things in threes. I don't know the significance behind the threes, the trios. I don't know. I'm lost. I could maybe open my comments, but it's just fucking more trouble than it's worth. I get surrounded by these cunts wherever I go. My whole life is fucking messed with 24 hours a day, whether I'm inside or outside, and I smile, and you might think nothing's affecting her. She's not getting dealt anything bad because she's still smiling, but believe me, I wouldn't wish what I'm going through, what they're putting me through every fucking day, 24 hours a day, on anybody. I wouldn't, not even the people. Some people make videos and they go, I would wish this on child abusers and murderers and stuff. I wouldn't. And And I'm not a fucking forgiving person, you know. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. I wouldn't. It's sheer torture. And although I smile, don't take that for you know, I'm not suffering. I just smile. I'm a kind of my kind of personality. It's my programming. Programmed to fucking smile. Maybe they'll get me to a point where I don't smile. I don't smile all the time. They do get me to points where I don't smile, and I find it really, really hard to cope with a day. But you know, most of the time, I try and put a smile on for my own benefit as much as anybody else's. More than anybody else's, since I don't care about the people in my environment to fucking benefit them in any way from my smile. I don't walk around where I live with a smile. I walk around with a fucking miserable looking face. Right now I walk around with my mouth open, breathing through my mouth so the shit doesn't affect me through my nose. So they'll try to get me to look like a fucking a mouth breather by spraying me with shit continuously, whether I'm on my walk or in my room. But I don't give these cunts any of my happiness, any of my fucking regards, any of my anything. I don't pay any attention to them. Every single fucking person in my environment is placed there to carry out a certain job. There is nobody who approaches me, not one fucking single person who approaches me who hasn't been told to approach me for a specific reason. I know that for a fact, so I don't pay these cunts any. I talk to them, service people, if I have to, because I'm after something for myself. Otherwise, I don't give them the fucking time of day. I've no interest. They're all fucking cunts. Sell out fucking cunts as far as I'm concerned. So don't let the smile fool you. So it's only on here. It's not fucking out in the wild, as we say. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was talking about. Cars are coming down here, trying to put me off. Can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, trees. So they always come in free. Oh yeah, I was coming up to this puddle. It's a long explanation just for a fucking shitty story, isn't it? I was coming up to this. Sorry, just checking the time. I was coming up to this puddle, and I saw if I crossed over, there would be 3 cyclists on the other side. So I stayed on this side, and they think because you're at a big puddle that you're going to be thinking in your head, oh, there's a car going to come and it's going to go through that puddle and soak me. So I'm going to be kind of on edge, you know. I'm going to be fucking clenched up and worried about what's coming round because the car might fucking soak me. I'm not. I couldn't give a fuck if a car comes round the corner and fucking soaks me. Then a car comes round the corner and fucking soaks me. I'm not particularly bothered, you know. It's not like I'm walking about in my fucking Gucci gear with my Prada trainers on. I'm not that fucking. I'm not bothered. So I don't give a fuck. So I wasn't all tensed up like they imagined. So I stayed on my side of the road. Let's get through these nettles. The brambles are nearly the end of the season. I don't really like them when they're kind of like that. They're too what's the word? Too ripe. I don't like them. I like them when there's a wee bit of kind of zest to them. Anyway, so I stayed on my side of the road, and just as and out of a driveway of a house came a woman with a fucking dog, the lead extended, you know, as though she's gripping the lead, as though she's struggling to hold this dog back, and the dog's fucking, you know, really aggressive and fucking barks right at me, and she stares at me and does a little fucking stupid smirk. So I was meant to be on edge walking past the puddle, thinking, oh, they're gonna soak me, I'm gonna be all fucking tensed up. And then that was the anchor, and then that was the gotcha moment, you know, with the dog, the fucking scared you. She didn't scare me. She didn't. I just fucking looked and then carried on walking. It didn't scare me in any way. It didn't make me feel a certain way. It didn't put my blood pressure up, you know. And that's what these cunts do, and it's constant. It's constant. And unless you're kind of aware of what's going on, you're the likelihood is that you're going to fall for it. But I mean, it's draining for your brain to be constantly on alert, thinking of these things that are going to happen around the corner, you know. And that's got to have some kind of detrimental effect over time on your brain, you know. I mean, they're trying to affect you neurally. They're trying to affect the information going in and try to cause these, you know, neural links or neural fucking zips, you know, little fucking bursts of electricity within your brain of trauma constantly. to keep you traumatized and to kind of keep you in some kind of fear state so they can use you for whatever it is that they want to use you for. But, staying alert is obviously important, but it can't be healthy. You're putting your body under stress all the time. Sorry, just checking my time again. Putting your brain under, you're constantly on high alert, whether you try not to be or not. I'm not particularly, tensed up a lot of the time, although they do try and invoke that. Is that the right word? Invoke? I don't know. They try and manufacture that onto me using their kind of weapons. They'll radiate me, pulse me, so that I've got that feeling of butterflies. It's induced by them, which can't be any good for you either. But they want you in a constant state of stress, and even trying to see into the distance to see the shit before it comes to you. It's kind of keeping yourself on alert. It's impossible really to be fully relaxed ever, not in the manufacturing environment anyway. Certainly not the one that they've got me in. It's impossible almost. So they just keep kind of throwing more and more at you, hoping that eventually, that one of these things, or a combination of the thousands of things that they do and the thousands of people that they have around you, will just make you snap and make you fuck off. I think they want me to fuck off from here. There's things in the pipeline that I'm waiting on, and that's why I'm staying here for no other reason. And they don't fucking like that. They don't like it, so they're piling the pressure on just now, because they know that the thing that's in the pipeline, they can't really stop it happening. They've stopped it, prevented it for 3 years, and they can delay it now. They're still delaying it. They're still fucking with it as much as possible. But it's kind of it's a fucking staring competition now. Who can stare the longest? And I'm the torture that they've put me under, it's given me the ability to get quite good at staring. My fucking sleep deprived eyes. Anyway, so take care. God bless. Lots of love to you all. Bye bye.